Welcome to TechScope. Today we're going to talk about accelerated learning and becoming limitless. From overcoming the broken brain mindset to training your memory and brain to work like a pro.
Let that sink in for a second. So many of us, we go through life telling ourselves these stories that we have a bad memory or we're just not a math person. We defend these ideas, but what if they're not facts? What if our limits are just the ones we've decided to hold on to?
So in this explainer, we're going to tear down those limits. We've got a really simple 4-part path to help you upgrade your brain. First, we'll bust a huge myth, and then we'll dive into the 3 keys to unlocking your potential: your mindset, your motivation, and the methods you use.
All right, so Section 1, the broken brain myth. Let's start with a feeling I'm pretty sure we all know. That feeling that something is just wrong with our ability to learn or remember things. It's super frustrating, right? Well, here's the thing. It's all based on a false premise.
I mean, have you ever forgotten someone's name like the second after you heard it? Or maybe you've read an entire page of a book and then realized you have absolutely no idea what you just read? Yeah, we've all been there. But the story we tell ourselves about why that happens, that's where we get it all wrong.
And this right here is the game changer. Listen to this. There's no such thing as a good or a bad memory. There is only a trained memory and an untrained memory. Your brain isn't broken. It's not a thing, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can get better at it with the right practice. I mean, just getting this one idea really changes everything.
Okay, so that brings us to the first key to becoming limitless: your mindset. This is the absolute foundation for everything else. It's all about the attitudes and assumptions you have about yourself and what you believe is even possible. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, that your brain is the most powerful supercomputer ever built. I mean, it is capable of these incredible feats of learning, creativity, problem solving. The hardware you've got is top of the line, absolutely spectacular. So, if your brain is the hardware, then what's the software? Well, it's your thoughts, your beliefs, your self-talk. That's the program it runs. So when you tell yourself, I have a bad memory, you're literally programming your own supercomputer to fail, to forget. So how do we fix the code? Well, you do it consciously. You replace the limiting beliefs with limitless ones. And look, this isn't just wishful thinking. It's about giving your brain better, clearer instructions. So I'm not smart enough gets swapped out for I can learn whatever I need to. My memory is bad becomes my memory is trainable. It's an upgrade to your own personal operating system. Now, you can have the best mindset in the world, but you're not going to get very far without any fuel in the tank. That brings us to our second key, motivation. This is the power source. This is the energy that actually drives you to learn and grow. It's your why. And to really get motivation, we have to ask a kind of deeper question first. Why do we even have a memory in the first place? Most of us think it's for looking back, right? Like a little library of our past. But that's not the whole story.
The answer is actually pretty mind-blowing. Memory isn't really for the past. It's for the future. See, our brain isn't just a recording device. It's a prediction engine. It holds on to memories that are important or surprising so we can make better choices and better predictions about what's coming next. It's a tool for thriving.
So how do we tap into that? Well, there's a pretty simple 3-part formula. First, you need a purpose, a real emotional reason why this matters to you. Then you need energy. You've got to fuel your body and your brain. And finally, you have to break it all down into small, simple steps. Because, a confused mind doesn't do anything. Make the first step so tiny you can't possibly say no. Okay, we've got the mindset, we've got the motivation. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, the methods. This is the how-to. This is your actual toolkit, the practical, proven strategies that will help you learn faster and think sharper. The secret to a trained memory is being active, not passive. So instead of just reading a fact, turn it into a crazy, vivid picture in your head. Instead of just trying to memorize something new, associate it, link it to something you already know really well. Use stories and acronyms to make things stick, and then review them over time to lock them in. You've got to stop consuming and start creating. And of course, none of these incredible techniques will work if the hardware isn't cared for. This stuff is non-negotiable. Quality sleep is basically the save button for your memories. A brain-boosting diet is the fuel. Constantly learning new things is the exercise. And managing your stress is critical, because too much stress literally shuts down your brain's learning centers.
So if you take away just one single thing from all this, please let it be this.
You are in the driver's seat. Your brain is not fixed. It's constantly changing, constantly rewiring itself based on what you do and what you focus on. So it's not about how smart you are, it's about how you are smart. And you have the power to direct that process.
Because in the end, your beliefs create your reality. The labels we give ourselves become the limits we live by. So if you are the one telling the story of who you are and what you're capable of, the only real question left is, what story are you going to choose to tell?